Hello and welcome to another lesson in Oracle Applications. In this lesson I'm going to talk about the eBusiness Suite engineering module. This is a little different from what I've done in the past because I need to go through kind of a concepts, setup, and process PowerPoint presentation. So let's see how this works. Within the EBS engineering module, you have key features. One of the features is the engineering change order processing. Engineering change orders are typical to engineering departments. They're the vehicle that are used to update items, BOMs, and routings. EBS also supports an engineering change order approval process. With this approval process, you can send out the information via the EBS application using notifications or email or both. With this, users can see the upcoming change, view the change information, and then capture the approval of that change. Or they can capture the rejection of that change as well and go through a rejection update process. Another key feature is the auto implementation of ECOs set to future dates. You can set a background process to trigger based on the date of implementation of an ECO to change your item, BOM, or routing. You can also update revisions, operation steps, and resources within a routing or a bill of material. Another bit of information about engineering is it also provides a prototyping area within each inventory organization used in the eBusiness Suite. A lot of people don't realize that there is this engineering sandbox and don't utilize it. It's a very useful tool because you can create items, BOMs, and routings primarily for the process of developing new products or developing changes to existing products using this engineering sandbox area. You, of course, also have the ability to attach files to ECOs, and you have the ability to perform mass change ECOs. This is very similar to what you have in the bill of material module for mass change updates. You can manage ECO departments so that your approvals list and your approval people only see the information that's relevant to the department they're assigned to. It also supports an ECO lifecycle so that ECOs go from a status of created to ready for approval to approved, and then they have the alternate status of not approved, ready for implementation, and implemented. The approval process flow is as you see here. It's a pre-built seeded workflow that's already in the EBS suite. You can use Workflow Builder to modify this workflow process if you wish, but if you wish to use just the basics of it, it's already established, and it does integrate MRP activities within that ECO process. The setup steps are very straightforward. You can see some examples of how you might prefer to set things up. You have ECO types, and then there are some examples of ones that I've seen used in the past. You can set ECO auto numbering. You can add prefixes or not, prefix by org if you wish. ECO priorities, ECO reasons, ECO approval lists, and you can also set your material dispositions. A lot of this information is seeded. Some of it is not, as you go through these setup steps, you will make changes according to your business needs. Here we see the navigation ECO form itself. Very basic form. There's your ECO number up at the top, which in this case does have a prefix. You can select type, you can select status. The requester is defaulted in based on the employee of the person opening the form. You can see department, reason, and priority. You also have a nice large description area where you can explain why the ECO is taking place. From there, we would drill down to the revised items. In here, you can list multiple bills of material. These are the bills of material that you would be changing based on the need for this change. List as many bills of materials as you wish here. Further, we will drill down into the revised components form. In the revised components form, you can add or disable existing components to a bill, and it is validated to that bill, so you can't change components that are not already active in that bill of material. You can also perform a change action, but the change action only changes attributes that you see depicted in the tabs of this form. Here is a concept view of the engineering prototype area. It's very important that you understand that within every inventory organization, you can have prototypes that are visible to engineering and engineering responsibility people. Yet that information is not visible to your production people. For instance, let's say a material handler in your production organization can't go and look at any engineering items and any engineering bombs or any engineering routings unless you specifically put those forms within their responsibility. So it gives us a nice way to segregate the information used by engineering and the information used by production. In the engineering screens, you're going to see very similar screens that you would see in your standard production screens, like master items, org items, item search, and so on. Those are there, but they're underneath a prototype menu. They're there for looking at the engineering records within the system. The last step of your process would be transferring engineering items, bombs, and routings to your manufacturing production area. This is done with the form you see here. By entering a single item and checking the appropriate boxes, you can transfer the item, bomb, and routing, and also change the revision if need be, and transfer all of that to manufacturing. Once it's available in manufacturing, it is treated as you would treat any production item, bomb, or routing, and can perform whatever necessary task using those records. This completes the engineering overview of the EBS suite. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you find it useful. Thank you for your time.